So James Gunn just sneakingly, secretly destroyed Marvel and the MCU for, literally beating them, not only at the box office, everywhere else, digital streaming. It's now getting heckled, literally heckled by James Gunn's DCU. I mean, if the MCU was up there as a comedian, it's getting heckled.
You know the worst or best part about it? He was part of the MCU, man.
This is crazy. When you think about what he did, he literally revolutionized how people saw movies. Like previous, I know nobody cared about the Guardians of the Galaxy before James Gunn. Like the dude literally came in, made them relevant again, and got the MCU. Like he kind of, if you think about it, he destroyed the DCEU, even like the Zack Snyder verse, because they started with Man of Steel. They were drabby, they were serious, but then after Guardians of the Galaxy, I mean, it changed Suicide Squad. That's why they went for the colorful, thing.
And he went like from the MCU. He fucked up the DCU. Then he moved to the DCU, and
now he's trying to fix what he broke.
Exactly, but guess what he did? He took Zack Snyder's place in the meantime.
Man, what a shrewd businessman.
Yeah.
This guy knows what's up. And he said these comments. Now, listen, I know you guys out there might be a little thick-brained. I'm going to explain this like I did to AD. Because he's like a lot of you. He doesn't get it. But me, I'm a four-dimensional being. Like, I understand things that people don't.
Yeah, so explain it to me, like, those huge freaking books? Like James Gunn for Dummies or Spider-Man or whatever.
I hate books. What I know, I read from, like, conspiracy theories on Facebook, Instagram posts, like, those spooky ones, and, TikTok. Alien TikTok is the best.
So tinfoil hat.
Tinfoil hat all the way.
Nice.
That's how you should live your life, like with a tinfoil hat. So I'm gonna make you a tinfoil hat. He said, James Gunn said, it really is a lot more to me what the Game of Thrones world is like, what Star Wars is like, because we're building a universe and then picking out little pieces of it and telling individual stories from that universe. So when the interviewer said, how do you compare yourself to other world building stories, like franchises, obviously it was talking about it was talking about the MCU. So the world building, he says that he essentially, what he said, and I think this is very, very true, a notion that not a lot of people have thought about, and we kind of talked about this, is that James Gunn has hit the nail on the head. He really did. And I'm thinking when he worked for Marvel, he realized this. He was like, guys, this is why Guardians of the Galaxy worked, and this is why, like, it's gonna...
he found the secret sauce, man.
The Avengers, Iron Man, Thanos, everybody. These are grandiose stories that, yes, worked, and they worked super well. Billions and billions of dollars, right? Mm-hmm. But what happened after Thanos' death? It was the death of the MCU, basically.
Yeah, it all went to shit.
People just weren't interested anymore because Iron Man died, Thanos died, everybody, Captain America
went back.
So essentially, he's saying, if you don't focus on the small details, the world building, like, for example, Star Wars. If you think Star Wars, yes, it's Darth Vader, Luke Skywalker, lightsabers, and Millennium Falcon. But you have planets, you have factions, you have Jabba the Hutt, you have Jawas, for crying out loud. Like, Jawas sometimes are very important. When have you seen minute, small, little characters make a difference in, let's say, the Avengers or the MCU? They're just such disposable characters. They don't have their own culture for you to focus on. And I think what James Gunn is trying to say is that, like Game of Thrones, where you have all of these houses and details and religions and gods and everything is so spread out, that you can have a story without Luke Skywalker, without Jon Snow, without main characters. You can
but Bessie, hold on. Like, thinking about this on a big picture, do you think that will resonate with, like, the general population, meaning people who are not specific fans, like that, going to the lore or everything of DCU or whichever character we're talking about?
It absolutely worked, because with Superman, what he... even if we like what you said right now, I just answered with the Guardians of the Galaxy, dude. With the Guardians, nobody knew anything, cared about anything about the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, that
think about Gamora. She is so connected to Thanos and the Avengers that she was introduced in Guardians of the Galaxy. Such a major character that nobody knew about. All these side characters that nobody knew about. And it was a great, fantastic film that kind of changed the landscape. I remember back in 2013, everything changed completely different.
Yeah, and he even made Groot a lovable character. The guy has one line.
One line. Vin Diesel voiced him. Imagine how much Vin Diesel got paid for that.
Just to say, I am Groot.
No, he said it 5 times and then got paid royalties for 10 years. The guy is he made a great deal with Vin Diesel. And so when you think about all of these side characters and all of these planets in Star Wars and Game of Thrones, you get a completely... What he's trying to do is make stories with different characters and not be completely dependent on Superman and on Batman and all of these DCU characters.
I'm still skeptical, man. If I want to go and see a Superman movie or whatever, Justice League movie, I'm coming for the main characters. Like, I don't really give a damn about, I don't know, Superdog or whoever
but again,
the hell it is.
Guardians of the Galaxy, Suicide Squad. James Gunn did a Suicide Squad movie for DCU. That's how he got started. Suicide Squad. Who's the main character in Suicide Squad? Nobody gives a shit. Nobody cares. Who's the main character in Guardians of the Galaxy? Star-Lord? Some might say Rocket. Groot, sure, with 3 lines. Dude, James Gunn has a real point here. That you can not only make movies, and it doesn't mean just movies, just theaters. It means Peacemaker. It means all of these side characters, TV shows.
Oh, if you're branching out, that's a different story.
Of course, but that's what he means, bro. That's what he's branching out. Star Wars isn't just Star Wars, it's The Mandalorian. It's Baby Yoda. All of these side characters, Ahsoka. So you got a multiverse of characters, a multitude of any choice you can pick, and you see, who's successful, who's not.
But talking about James Gunn's Superman, do you think it went a bit too far in the other direction compared to Zack Snyder's one? Because it looks a lot more colorful, childish to me compared to, say, Zack Snyder's Superman with Henry Cavill.
Yeah, with the depressed look of Zack Snyder. So you're going from an overjoyed maniac to a depressed maniac. It's, the pendulums, it's really the opposites of each other.
Yeah.
And they already did this with Joss Whedon. When they remade the Justice League with Joss Whedon, there's a 50% movie Joss Whedon, 50% Zack Snyder. And that's why that movie failed. Because it's a disaster. They literally couldn't choose the color palette, the color correcting. So you have scenes, dark scenes, you have bright scenes. It's insane. But if we're talking like that, it needed a refresher from the horrible Zack Snyderverse.
Yeah, that whole...
And listen, I can agree with you on some points. Henry Cavill will forever be my Superman.
Yeah.
Henry Cavill is the best Superman. Even David Cornsweet, did his best, but not Henry Cavill. Henry Cavill is Henry Cavill. He'll always be my Superman, even though he was done kind of dirty.
Yeah, I think everybody loves, at least we all love Henry Cavill. # no homo.
Sure. There's one more thing that I wanted to mention here. Throughout the interview that he gave, he said something very interesting that, again, this is a dig at the MCU, and he's trying to kind of be diplomatic. But in this instance, where I agreed with him with the small detail, focusing on the small details instead of the grandiose, epic scale Marvel style, and then remaining with nothing, and Marvel has a problem starting up now, and it's evident because they went too grand, and James Gunn wants to do it with in a smaller scale, way smaller world building, stuff like that. But I think he tried to compare in this part. He tried to compare Lex Luthor with Thanos. He's trying to make that distinction.
I don't think that's gonna work, man.
Because he says, listen to what he says. When he was asked about the villain, he said, "I guess governments are amoral too, and corporations." Before that, he said, "But it's really more dependent on the morality of the figurehead. In this case, Lex Luthor's a pretty bad guy, although his corporation has done great things. Lex Luthor has created a battery which has made the running of the world a much more efficient process. He has cars that run more efficiently, that are better for clean air. He has done some really great things for the world, which is the reason for his obsession with Superman.
Hold on, Bessie. Does this remind you of a certain billionaire, trillionaire guy we have?
Oh, yeah, sure. Pick your spot. But one more specifically, I mean, he mentioned cars.
Yeah, cars with clean air, batteries and everything.
Yeah, he's literally,
I think he's talking about
the Grok founder. But I think what he's trying to do here, and I can kind of read between the lines, like he's trying to say that, he's the Thanos of the MCU kind of, because of the DCU, because he's done some great things, and then he's done some bad things.
I mean,
he's a bad guy, but he's done some great things.
I may be biased here, but I don't think there's ever gonna be a villain as complete and as great as Thanos ever was. I don't know what was it about him, because he had his human side as well, like humanity in him, or whatever the hell that was. But I never think that's gonna be that. Nobody's ever going to come close to matching that. He wasn't just an evil guy just for the sake of it. Yeah. He had his reasons, his morality, his everything. There is something why he wanted to do that. I don't know. I don't think DC can ever match that.
He reasoned it. He was like, we need to save the universe, and then and that's why half of the universe has to disappear, because resources, which can be argued, of course. You can create more planets, more food. You have the Infinity Gauntlet, but whatever. Listen, there's two things that are never going to change. The best Superman is Henry Cavill, and the best villain is Thanos.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, they try.
And also, why is James Gunn taking shots at Marvel? I mean, he used to work for them. He did a great job for them. Why is it? I know. I get it that he's part of DC now, but come on.
He's part of the other team, bro.
I don't think he has ever heard the word like "don't spit in the old well" or whatever that was, something like that.
No, he just. I think he's now that he's doing a victory lap with Superman, because as we said, like we have another one here, says Superman has joined the Letterboxd 2 million watched club. It is the fastest movie to reach this milestone at 45 days, beating previous record of 104 days held by Barbie.
But guess what? Man of Steel still did better and made more money.
Man of Steel made more money, sure. You have to remember one other thing. Yeah, no, it doesn't work. Yeah. It was Brandon, whatever that guy's name was. It was one Superman in 06. Do you remember that guy? You don't even remember.
I don't even remember that, man. He was so great. I have no clue what you're talking about.
Nobody remembers him. It's Christopher Reeve, and then 06 Superman with Brandon. God, I forget his name.
Brandon Stark?
Yeah, sure, Brandon Stark. came from the
Superman
north.
the Broken.
Superman from the north. No, there was a 06 Superman, but then, yeah, Man of Steel. I told you, man, it's the best Superman, but it's a victory lap. It beat Fantastic Four and Marvel at the box office in the cinemas. It beat Fantastic Four and Marvel in digital releases, and this is why I think James Gunn is just doing a victory lap, but doing it diplomatically. He's not going literally head to head with them, but he's trying to tell you that what differentiates us from the MCU, and what's the difference is that's why they failed. This is why I mean, like, it's diplomatic. He's not trying to say this is why they failed and this is why they can't come back, but he's kind of signaling that this is how you ultimately fail. Well, I'm trying to build a 20, 30-year-old franchise here. That it's not going to fail because we can change last minute. We can do anything and it's going to be successful.
But here's the thing. I don't know if it's because the first edition of the DCU was so bad with Zack Snyder and everything.
Yeah, it's the bad taste. It's definitely the bad taste. It's the bad taste
in my mouth that's still left there. And I think even though we all know Marvel is completely failing right now with these new movies, I'd still somehow am pulled more and gravitate more towards Marvel's new movies compared to the new DCU or whatever it is. It's just that feeling like, okay, this is gonna be shitty. Like going into with that wrong mindset.
Man, this is PlayStation, Xbox. That's all it is. Like, PlayStation was first, and then when Xbox came in, people were like, yeah, fuck Xbox. PlayStation is I'll never leave PlayStation. But with time, Xbox got a lot of things done. It got exclusive games, Halo, like it got a lot of shit done to the point where it was competing with PlayStation. Now, of course, we know that Xbox has failed again, but
It does that.
at some point they competed against each other. I think this is the moment where they are literally competing against each other, and DC is kind of winning. The ultimate defeat, and there's no question about it. There's Spider-Man now. There's coming Brand New Day, so we're gonna see what Brand New Day does, and I think it's probably gonna do well. I mean, it's a Spider-Man movie.
It's Spider-Man.
It's not Fantastic Four. All the love to Fantastic Four. Not a lot of people care about Fantastic
People
Four.
love Spidey.
But people love Spider-Man and the leaked footage and everything that they have showed. But Spider-Man probably is going to do good, probably great, maybe surpass Superman. I don't know. I can't speak on that. But the ultimate battle, without a doubt in my mind, is Avengers Doomsday. If Avengers Doomsday doesn't do $1 billion. I'm not saying 900, not 800, not 700.
$1 billion.
A
With a B.
$1 billion. If Avengers Doomsday doesn't do $1 billion, I think you can kiss the MCU goodbye.
Do you think it will do it? I have my doubts.
Seriously.
I mean, I know they cast Robert Downey Jr. again now as Doom and everything, but
they're trying their best. It's really hard for me to comment on that. It's really bad because the track record has been after Avengers Endgame. It's just been failure after, especially with the Kang thing. They needed to fire Jonathan Majors. It was that whole listen. The nail on the coffin, I think, was Ant-Man Quantumania. The moment that movie came out, and it was trolled so badly online. It's hard to recover from some things. It's just too hard. And are you going to watch, one question, are you going to, as an audience, are you going to go watch Spider-Man because it's Spider-Man? Or are you going to watch it because of the MCU?
Oh, I'm going to watch it because it's Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
It's
That's
the
my
name,
point.
Spider-Man.
Even if Spider-Man is successful, what guarantees do you have that it's the MCU fans? No, it's probably the Spider-Man fans who don't give a shit about Avengers Doomsday.
But exactly that's what I was saying earlier. Like the mainstream individual people like that are not obsessed or don't really follow the DCU, MCU and everything. They just know Spider-Man. They go to see Spider-Man. They don't go to see, I don't know, Spider-Man's best friend or whoever small minor characters that might be there.
Sure.
Like they focus on that main character. That's what when we were talking about James Gunn and
but
all
Venom.
his world building. Yeah, well, Venom is a different story, man. Come on.
But that's the thing. It's like you can build all these things, so you can go watch Spider-Man, you can go watch Venom.
And I have a question now that you mentioned the failure of Ant-Man.
Right.
Do you think when going back to the latest Deadpool movie, the whole void that they were there and the dead Ant-Man figure with his face and everything, do you think that was kind of a suggestion or just put there to signal like, okay, Ant-Man is dead?
No, they're definitely not doing any more Ant-Man. I don't think so. I mean, maybe a short, small cameo. Did they reveal that Paul Rudd? I haven't seen it anywhere. That Paul Rudd will be back. I think he commented that they didn't. If they call me, I'll be back.
I don't know. I'll have to go. You know that video they put for Avengers Doomsday with all the cast chairs and everything?
I didn't see Paul Rudd there.
There's a million names there. I didn't stop to check each one of them.
Yeah,
but
there's a second teaser. There's again like more names. And
oh yeah, they added more names. I also saw Channing Tatum there, man. I think will they have Gambit now there as well?
I hate Gambit. Gambit was such a bad fucking character.
Why did they make him
Deadpool
Jamaican in Deadpool?
It's not. No, he's not Jamaican. He's something French. He's a French guy.
His accent sounds Jamaican.
Doesn't matter. He's in the comics. He's like that in the comics.
But
Channing Tatum can't do that. Can't do that accent. That's the problem.
I mean, is he gonna dance? Do a dance off?
Why not? Fuck it. You're in Doom. You're in Doom's Battleworld. He's gonna do a striptease for Dr.
Magic
Doom.
Mike it.
Yeah, Magic Mike that shit, and like be saved from being beheaded.
Magic Avengers.
He needs to striptease before Doom to not get killed. That's his whole mission throughout Battleworld. If they bring him back that way, I'm gonna be satisfied. But
I'm happy with that.
If they literally bring him back to be a stupid ass hero with cards, like come on.
Yeah, what are they gonna do? Play poker?
That's James Gunn's James Gunn stupid shit. Like, just put in stupid characters that do stupid shit. I don't care. Deadpool is, you can call me crazy, and Doctor Doom is good, and everybody, and we've gone off topic of Superman, but I'm just gonna say this. I think, call me crazy, but I think Deadpool can save Avengers Doomsday. I think he can, and he was confirmed to.
I would have agreed with you until a couple of months ago, or when was it, where all the hate started going towards the Deadpool actor.
All right.
Ryan Reynolds.
About what? Drama?
About his drama with his wife and how they threatened. That whole situation with the movie.
No, man,
I think a lot of people. I saw a lot of people hating on him, so I thought like, okay, will this impact Deadpool? That's what I was thinking.
And it didn't. It's superseded. It's more than $1 billion. If I check it, I think it's $1.3 billion, and that's not too long ago. That's a couple of months ago, like not a year ago. I forget.
I think it's less than a year ago.
Less than a year ago.
Or
look at more? Marvel and DC, like they're putting out heavy hitters, Fantastic Four and Superman, and they barely make it to 500, 600 million.
But Deadpool is Deadpool, man. People love that.
And Wolverine.
Yeah, Wolverine, of course.
Hugh Jackman.
That might be a great part of why Doomsday will succeed. The X-Men will be back on it.
Yeah, the X-Men.
The original X-Men.
The X-Men, Deadpool.
Yeah, so I think it's really going to make $1 billion. I think
probably what they're going to do if they're going with an evil RDJ, it's probably, I've seen it speculated, and it makes fantastic sense. Captain Hydra. And he's the opposite of Captain America. He works for the, like, quote unquote,
the bad guys.
The bad guys. So it's Chris Evans back as Captain Hydra.
Oh, you think they're gonna bring Chris Evans back?
They have to. This is a make or break movie. That's what I said, bro. If Avengers Doomsday doesn't make $1 billion, you're outie. We're done. MCU is done. It cannot come back.
Yeah, because they spent so much money on all those actors. I mean, they brought in some big names.
It's insane. Like, what's happening behind the scenes, it's insane. If that movie doesn't make $1 billion, the MCU can pack up its bags and go.
By this point, I think like the whole MCU and Disney won't really care if they lose money on Doomsday, as long as it's successful, so that it sets them up for success for Secret Wars and everything else after that. Because they're spending so much money on the actors and, of course, the sets and everything that's going to happen. CGI, MGI, everything, all that. But it's going to be a lot of money. And even if they lose a little bit or they win just a small amount of profit, they're going to be okay with that as long as it sets them up and it brings back the original fan base.
But they said in Secret Wars, it's going to, again, they're shooting themselves in the foot. I don't know what their real plan is. Because they said in Secret Wars, all the timelines are reset. So they're saying for the third time, we're gonna find all new actors, new characters, completely fresh.
You think it's gonna reset from the standpoint of it stops
it's gonna
here
reset.
And then we restart, or just do like a complete full turn it off and on again?
It's a DCEU reset. It's a reset of David
like a literal. It has nothing to do with the line.
Henry Cavill out. David Cornsweet Superman. So it's going to be Iron Man with a completely new actor. Captain America with a completely new actor.
I think that's going to fail. Like, people know.
Of course.
Like, a generation has to pass for people to get used to a new character or whatever. Like, Iron Man is RDJ. Chris Evans is Captain America. They tried the Captain America New Age or whatever it was called with the other actor. Chris Evans is Captain America. That's it. Scarlett Johansson is Black Widow. That's not going to change anytime soon. Yeah. But yeah, let's go back to talking about Superman and James Gunn. We went so off topic, but it's all connected, man.
There's one other point that I wanted to point out, and I think this is the biggest stumble. If the DC wants to beat Marvel, and if James Gunn wants to unite everybody, and it's become an issue. At this point, it has become an issue. The thing is, there's two DC timelines that are completely fragmented from each other. The fans don't know what's happening. People are asking questions. People are refusing to answer those questions. The top people, especially James Gunn. And there's even an interview we're going to see here with Matt Reeves, the director of Batman with Robert Pattinson. So, James Gunn says the next movies that DC will likely make are the Batman Part 2 and the Superman follow-up. Notice, he didn't say the DCEU, he said the DC, the next films that DC will make.
So they're going to be standalone.
Meaning that he has said so. He has said so himself that Batman is its own thing with Robert Pattinson, Matt Reeves, and my thing is my thing. It's separate from that Batman. Now the fans, everybody says just connect them. There's no reason for you not to connect them. Except if James Gunn doesn't like Robert Pattinson as Batman. Or he's ego-driven at this point. Like he's like, I'm not gonna adopt anything that I didn't choose, that I wasn't part of.
You have to connect them, man. I mean, if you're ever gonna rival Marvel, meaning everybody has their own movies and then they get together, the Justice League, just like the Avengers, you have to connect them. Or if he wants to do a separate Batman by himself, just like you said with some other actor. I mean, going back to Batman, Christopher Nolan ruined all that for me. Like his trilogy was the best in my opinion, and I don't know, it's all these new Batmans, Ben Affleck. Now
for me, it's
Robert
Batman
Pattinson.
and Robin with the nipples.
Nipple
with the
Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the best.
Wait,
You're never going to top
playing that?
Joel Schumacher when it comes to Batman. What?
Well, who was the actor that was playing like the nipple Batman? Wait.
The nipple Batman is George Clooney.
Clooney. Yeah, it was Clooney. I couldn't remember that. Clooney.
George Clooney, Chris O'Donnell was Robin.
Why the hell
And
did
then-
they make the nipples on that? Like,
And
did
then
you
there's
have to make-
Batgirl. Everybody forgets. And it's the clueless girl. I forget her name. It's the blonde clueless girl. And, of course, the best of the best. He's the best. He's the best villain since Thanos. Mr. Freeze, played by Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I heard somewhere recently that he still pays, I don't know, some type of rent to the studio to hold like Mr. Freeze's suit or gun or something like that. He loved playing it so
Probably.
much. I mean,
Who wouldn't? Come in, do stupid lines, stupid puns. Beautiful. Like, I'm telling you, he's the best villain since Thanos.
Yeah.
But I don't really understand what's happening with James Gunn in this aspect. Because the whole thing about it is, if you know why you scrapped Zack Snyder's verse, because they raked in a couple of bucks. Like he wasn't not making money at the box office. Those movies were like Batman v Superman is a terrible catastrophe of a movie, but it made a lot of money. I don't think it cracked $1 billion, but it made a lot of money. But now with Batman and Batman Part 2, these are successful movies, both reviewed well and making money at the box office. This is why I said that I think it's an ego thing. There is no other reason for you to not simply merge with Robert Pattinson Batman. There is no other reason except for ego, because he's like, I did not choose this. I wasn't part of the process. You did this by yourself. Joaquin Phoenix's Joker 2 sucked, but whatever. It's
the musical.
The musical, yeah.
Nice.
Genius behind that. So why? I don't understand it. Like, Joaquin Phoenix was great as Joker.
I don't get it.
The Joker movie. Yeah, there's a Joker movie. I completely forgot about it. So the Joker,
the
Joker
one
Part
with,
1.
What was the name of the actor?
Joaquin
who played
Phoenix.
it? No, I'm talking the one before that. What did they make a movie?
Oh,
or was
no, it's the Zack Snyder one. It's the...
Yes. I forgot who was playing it.
He's a terrible, terrible Joker. He's the worst
one
Joker.
with the short green hair and everything.
Yep.
Okay, but wait, hold on. Because I didn't get this, and I don't think I've read about it. Do you have any idea why they made the second Joker musical? It just doesn't make sense.
I've never read on it.
It blows my freaking mind. The first one was such a success. People loved it. It was real.
But that's what I mean.
It was real. It was
the Joker,
down to earth.
The Joker was successful, and it was like discussed that it is a part of the Batman universe. So Batman and the Joker are in the same universe.
But why make it a musical?
Then both of these movies are super cultural juggernauts. They're reviewed good. People want them. They make money at the box office. Why can't you adopt these two characters into the DCEU?
Yeah, exactly.
The only reason is ego.
Yeah.
And I think this is the only problem right now that I see for DCU. DCEU is going fine. I'm not gonna say they're great. Superman was a good movie. It wasn't the best movie ever, which is why they barely cracked above 500. Now 600. So it wasn't $1 billion movie. When it's a cultural juggernaut, a best movie ever, it has to crack $1 billion.
Yeah, but sometimes these executives, these directors, they are so freaking stubborn, man. They're happy with ruining everything just to prove their point, and most of the time it ends up backfiring. I mean, going back to the Joker, of all the female actors in the world, you get Lady Gaga. Seriously, Lady freaking Gaga to play Harley Quinn.
Yes, because it's a musical. She sings.
I mean, oh my God, seriously.
Because it's a musical. She sings.
But why is it a musical? I still don't get it. Why is it a musical?
I don't care. It sucked. The moment I saw it's a musical,
I literally get pissed off about this stuff.
Cool. Which leads me to my next point. James Gunn, with all the turmoil that's going with the Batman Part 2. So not only, like, we don't have any information. Is there going to be a Batman Part 3? Let's not even discuss right now. The two possibilities, of course. Okay. Part 3 or canceled, erased, done.
Either a trilogy or
Robert Pattinson is out. That's the news we should be getting according to James Gunn, because, like, he said 2 versions in a couple of weeks. He said, like, no, it's not part of the DCEU. Batman is not in. And by the way, I forgot, you got Penguin in there too.
Oh, so, yeah, the TV show.
Yeah, so there's like a multitude of things, possibilities. So it's either 2 possibilities. It's in a route. So Matt Reeves, we're going to play the video here.
I spoke to James Gunn recently, and I asked him, obviously he talked about, letting you do your Reeves verse on his own. And I did ask him, have you contemplated recently integrating Rob into the DCU? And he said, they've talked about it, because you talk about everything.
Sure, yeah.
What's your attitude about that at this point?
I mean, it really comes down to whether or not it makes sense. And, I think what's been great is there was really a kind of a story that I wanted to tell. We're calling the Epic Crime Saga and all of that, which is the thrust of what we wanted to do. And it's been important to me to be able to play that out. Yeah. And, James and Peter have been really, really great about that, and they're letting us do that. And, what the future brings, I can't really tell you. I have no idea right now, except that my head is down now about getting the Batman Part 2 shooting and to make it something really, really special, which, of course, is the most important thing.
And if they decide, like, we really want Rob to be our DCU Batman?
I don't know. Well, we'll have to see where that goes.
Fair enough. I won't.
Yeah, so you're clear on hearing that. He says, hey, if it works, we can do something. So he's on the fence. Now James Gunn comes out saying totally different. He doesn't say, he wasn't staunch like he was previously. He said, who knows? You never know with these things. This is what he said. So now it's complete mixed signals. The director doesn't know what to say, and James Gunn is now flip-flopping around. The problem is that I don't know what's happening. It's either it can't have anything to do with rights. Warner Bros. has
the ego, man. You mentioned earlier.
It's got to be ego. It's got to be like the Warner Bros. Heads, David Zaslav, the hated executive, like, they are calling in James Gunn. They're telling him, hey, Batman, we got a Batman. You don't need to cast a new Batman. It's a successful franchise. It's a successful movie. Even the Joker, you don't have to cast a new Joker. You got Joaquin Phoenix. It's fine. He's a beloved Joker. It did great. I think there's no other way outside of ego.
Yeah, but maybe he just doesn't like Robert Pattinson, man. I mean, did you like him in Batman 1?
I didn't hate him. I mean, it's fine.
Nice play on words. You didn't hate him. Did you like him? I didn't hate him.
Listen, to me, you either jump out or you don't. When they said David Cornsweet, I was familiar with him a little bit. I was shocked, to tell you the truth. I'm like, I can see what you're seeing, like a Clark Kent type of tall, muscular, good-looking guy. Mm-hmm. But he's, as I said, he's not Henry Cavill. Henry Cavill jumps at you. He's not an actor that is just there on the screen.
He stands out, man.
He stands out in whatever role he plays. He stole Mission Impossible from fucking Tom Cruise.
Yeah,
bro.
with reloading his arms.
Are you fucking? He stole that movie. Like Henry Cavill is a different beast.
Yeah, even the Cavalrine.
Cavalrine. it's insane. That actor is totally different. That's what I said. Like he wasn't bad. He wasn't good. Robert Pattinson wasn't bad, but he wasn't fucking Christian Bale. Come on.
Yeah.
That's what.
But the
that's
actor
what I'm trying
makes
to
the
say.
movies sometimes, right? I like.
Or maybe it's just nostalgia. I mean, it's been so many years. We think about those things as the best. Maybe today's generation is going to be David Cornsweet. You can't replace him as Superman.
Yeah,
I don't
but
know.
going back to Marvel, all their main heroes are played by actors who are already established, known names, have got some great movies. Now going back to this, okay, Robert Pattinson, what we doing him as a vampire? Man, come on. He used to play like, Superman.
Now you're gonna know him as Batman.
I don't think he's ever
And
gonna
it's
be able to
perfect.
shake that.
No, and it's perfect. It's a vampire. It's
Yeah, with the bats and everything.
It's
but
bats. It's Batman and the vampire. It's perfect.
Is it gonna
If you
glow
think about it.
in the sun?
Sure, he can. He does. Batman doesn't come out during the day, bro. He's the Dark Knight.
Is Batman a
Get it?
vampire?
I mean, probably started off as a vampire, and they're like, "Come on, he's got to go out and socialize as Bruce Wayne." So yeah, I mean, James Gunn has some problems, but he's definitely right now he's crushing the MCU. Kevin Feige, I can promise you one thing: Kevin Feige and Bob Iger are panicking the fuck right now.
Oh, you can see that with all the Superman leaks. It's obvious.
They're panicking the fuck out right now. They didn't get what they wanted with Fantastic Four. Now they're betting all their chips in Spider-Man. Like, they are fucking panicking. So it's going to be interesting to see. But we're going to be here. Bessie, AD, to the rescue. And we're gonna talk soon.
Yeah, see you guys.
See you guys later.